are back in Blouberg, Cape Town, for a radical raft challenge. Last week we saw our two teams battle it out in the first challenge of their elimination round. They had to face their fears to complete the Battle of the Branches in the shortest possible times. But we don't know who won last week's challenge, as the results have so far been kept a secret. In this, the 8th episode, we are back at the beach where our teams are getting ready to take on the waves in the final challenge of their elimination round. And you guys at home will get to experience all of the highs and lows, spills and thrills with our teams as they try to take back to their school the honor, the prestige, and the ultimate title of the Unsinkable Class of the Year. Yes, this is Challenge SOS, where our fierce teams will have to prove themselves and either sink or swim. This is Challenge SOS, where, as always, we've chosen the fiercest teams from the most competitive schools we could find. This is the 4th of 6 elimination rounds where our two teams will be competing for their spot in our quarterfinals. So it's all to play for. Right now, let's hit the waves.
I'm Anasha Vambe. I'm from Oudtshoorn Technical High School and I'm in grade 9.
My name is Kanya Lugani. I go to Oudtshoorn Technical High School and I'm in grade 9.
My name is Leroy Nyaoda. I go to Athene Oudtshoorn and I'm in grade 9.
My name is Amitai Tike Masango. I am in Oudtshoorn Technical High School. I am in grade 9.
My name is Joshua Woodboy. I am 14 years old. I am in grade 9 in Athene South Peninsula High School.
My name is Nutha Vasafal. I attend South Peninsula High School. I'm in grade 9 and I'm 14 years old.
My name is Angela Hendricks. I'm 14 years old and I'm in grade 9. I attend South Peninsula High School.
My name is Zakaria Rylands. I attend South Peninsula High. I'm in grade 9 and I'm 14 years old.
I am excited about today's challenge. I love the fact that we're at the ocean and I think we are going to surf or swim.
I'm feeling a bit nervous today because we do not know what we will be doing, but I'm sure we got something to do with the water.
We'll still stay without having a leader because we want to be codependent on each other.
It's important that we do very well today because we stand a chance to go into the quarterfinals. And with not knowing our score from the previous week, we're just going to work hard and hopefully we win.
Hi teams! Guys, don't you just love Big Bay Beach here in Blouberg?
Yes!
Awesome, I'm glad you love it because today's challenge will be taking place right here on the beach as you guys get into some radical raft sewing and floating action. But before that, I just want to find out, how are you guys feeling after last week's challenge? Zakaria?
I'm feeling very confident after last challenge because me and my team worked well together and we set a good pace.
Awesome! And you TK, how are you feeling?
My team and I are feeling very great after the start we had from last week's challenge. I think we can pull this one off.
Okay, well, I am glad that you guys are feeling confident, but I also hope that you're excited because here on Challenge SOS, what do we have, guys? Fun! Exactly. Fun is nice, but guys, nice has a price. And sometimes that price is paid for by our precious marine animals. Angela, do you know why I say that?
Yes, I do. I think it's because of all the plastic pollution that we all see animals.
That's right, Angela. Every year, hundreds of thousands of marine creatures die because of plastic, which is one of the most common types of pollution in the ocean. Besides plastic bags, plastic bottles are the biggest killer. So So while we have some fun today, we have to make sure that we recycle every piece of plastic. So guys, now you listen carefully as I explain the challenge to you. Over there, we've got 2 big bags filled with plastic bottles and floating devices. You guys are going to have to sew a bag using the netting, rope, and a needle, and then fill that bag with all of those plastic bottles. Now guys, after you have made your bags and filled them with plastic, you need to sew your bags closed in order to create a seafaring raft. Once your raft is ready, then one team member will have to sit on it while the other 3 pull them through the water across the finish line. It is a head-to-head race. Once the first team crosses the finish line with all of its members and a raft, then the race is over. This challenge is pretty cool because we would have also showed how you can repurpose plastic into an awesome plaything, and in doing that, save marine creatures. Now guys, are you ready to sew, pull, and sail your rafts all the way across the waters to the finish line? Yes! Now remember guys, the stakes are high, as the ultimate title is up for grabs here on Challenge SOS! Rale amuhela mo elimination round ya rena ya bone mo Challenge SOS in the glorious Cape Town. Mama tlare mo Big Bay Beach, mo Blouberg, mo eleng gore di team tsa rena tse pedi Intaba le Limpopo di tlo lwantshana for the glory and the honor ya dikolo tsa bona. Ke ra yona title ya Unsinkable Class of the Year. Today our teams will be competing in a radical raft race, where first they'll have to sew their own bag, then fill it with plastic bottles to create a raft, and then take that raft through the waters and across the finish line, making sure that the raft stays in tow. And what's also awesome about today's challenge is that we'll also be showing how you can take plastic bottles that could kill marine life and repurpose them into a fun thing that you can use to have a great time outdoors. Now, enough of that. Teams, are you ready for some radical raft action? Yes! Awesome. Put on your action cams. All right, guys, this is it. Your race is about to start. Ready, steady, sink, oh! Swim! It looks like Intaba decided to fetch their floating devices first.
Our strategy was to get the surfboards first and then sew the bag.
Yo, Limpopo's netting is struggling against the wind.
When the challenge started, the boys started to fold the net in half, and me and Nuzar got the rope ready.
I was very nervous about today's challenge because we had to sew and I don't know how to sew. We had a strategy that would put the floating devices inside, landscape, and then put the bottles in.
After Limpopo struggled a little bit with their net, it looks like now they've got a firm grip on it.
When the net was ready, Nuzar started to sew the net.
The reason why they chose me to sew the radical raft because I told them I could do it.
In the beginning, she struggled a bit.
Lots of hands are sewing Limpopo's net. Could too many cooks spoil the broth?
So the biggest challenge I found with the stitching was when the holes were a bit too small.
Some of the holes were too small while we were sewing, so Joshua recommended that we make the holes bigger by using a shell.
Just make a hole here.
Eventually, she got the hang of it.
Nuzar seems to have a good handle on the needle, and she's doing a pretty nifty job at sewing.
While we were sewing, we did look out for the other team, but the team were a little bit behind us, but we kept on going.
We struggled with the knots because we started at the wrong corner.
We're supposed to go on that side.
There is.
Take it out.
Which we then realized that we needed to start at the other corner. And when we undid the knot and started the right corner, we were behind our time and the other team was ahead of us.
After struggling with their rope, Team Intaba seemed to have finally gotten it right.
Anasha and I started sewing and I was busy helping her.
Okay, just
put it through here.
I was in charge of sewing because I taught myself how to sew, and that prepared me for the challenge.
Today's challenge is a race, so time is of the essence. Team Lupopo seems to be sewing their net faster than Team Intaba.
We had a bit of complications when we started sewing the bag.
We realized that the holes were too small and the rope couldn't go through, but at the end we managed to get the ropes through the holes.
There seems to be a little bit of a difference in strategy. Team Intaba started by getting their floating devices first, but I'm not sure that that's going to help them sew any quicker, while Team Lupopo is only getting theirs now.
After a while, we realized that Nuzar sewed the net enough and that we were able to collect our bottles.
It looks like Team Lupopo is done sewing their bag and now they're off to get the plastic bottles.
The first time I got to the bottles and I looked in the big bag, I was really surprised to see how much bottles we actually had to carry. And I knew I couldn't carry a lot at the time, so I had to take a little.
There comes Lupopo with their first batch of bottles. Your time is of the essence for Team Intaba, as Team Lupopo have already fetched their bottles.
The boys did not stick to the plan.
So we realized that we were behind.
Let's go get the stuff.
Although Team Intaba isn't finished sewing their bags, they've decided to run ahead anyway and fetch their plastic bottles.
Leroy and TK ran off to get the bottles instead of helping us sew the bag, but we got through it.
And there comes Team Intaba with their first batch of bottles. Come on guys, remember, close it first before you put the bottles in or you're going to have a problem.
The run for me back and forth was a little bit easy because I am fit and I had a lot of energy.
With Team Intaba only having 2 of their members fetching bottles, Team Lupopo has 3. While fetching their bottles, Team Intaba is still finishing off sewing their bags.
We had a strategy to sew the bag till the middle.
We felt that the bottles were going easier and there will be less time for us to sew it again.
Our teams have to fill their bags with all of the bottles, so the more runners they have, the better. It looks like Team Lupopo may be in the lead as they have fetched more bottles than Team Intaba.
When we saw that we were ahead of them and we were first, it put a little bit of a relief and we could just start working and maintain that gap.
Team Intaba has switched strategy, with the guys taking a break by continuing to sew and the girls running for the bottles.
Everyone's gonna run now. Everyone.
While Zakaria fills the bag with plastics, Nazar is making sure that the stitching is tight.
And my teammates were running to fetch the bottles, and I think they were getting really tired because there was a lot of bottles to fetch.
After a few laps, I was feeling really tired, and I thought, sure, I need to swap with one of my teammates.
At the beginning, we were behind. We managed to catch up with the other team.
I don't know how Team Intaba got up to us. We just saw them running up and down in their bag, kept on getting fuller.
When the gap disappeared between Team Intaba and us, we got a little bit pressured and we started to flutter a little bit, but then I just told my team to keep a level head and just keep on moving.
Don't watch them.
Team Intaba has a strategy to sew their bag while they're still filling it, but it looks like Lupopo is yet to close theirs.
When we got to the top of the bag, we closed it halfway so we could shove the bottles inside and to prevent the bottles from flying away.
Yeah, the race is now head-to-head as both teams are almost done sewing their rafts.
Zakaria was a good help for when I was fetching bottles. He threw all the bottles out, so when I got there, I could just pick it up and run back.
Team Indaba has fetched all of their bottles and they're almost ready to hit the waters. Team Limpopo has just fetched all of their bottles and now the race is really head to head. And it looks like Indaba is getting a head start into the water.
When they carried the bag and started running off to the water, our team really started to panic. Our net wasn't closed properly yet. Nizar still had to do it.
I was like, oh, are we really going to lose now? Because they went before us.
We had a bit of a delay.
Wait.
The bag ripped open, so we had to fix that before we actually went out.
Just as these bags are filled with plastic, today's challenge is packed with action. Let's see who gets their raft first into the water. You're watching Challenge SOS, where our two teams are competing to build their own rafts so that one of them can sail straight through to the quarterfinals.
Hold this, lift the corners. Start moving down, guys, run.
We ran quickly to the water.
You must go, come!
We managed to get into the water first.
As soon as we go to the water, we were leading.
When I got onto the radical raft, it was fun when my teammates were pulling me in the water.
When we started catching up with Team Indaba, we got more confident and ran even faster.
One of our team members was supposed to get off to help us push, and that delayed us.
Yo guys, this race is really intense as Indaba and Limpopo are literally head to head.
Nizar jumped off the raft faster than Team Indaba's team member.
Somehow the other team got ahead of us.
We had to do a lot of work to catch up to them and to stay in the lead.
When we saw the finish line, we're like, come on guys, we can do it, we almost lead.
Come on you guys! And Team Limpopo has just crossed the finish line first, which means they are the winners of today's challenge.
Let's stitch it, guys!
Crossing the finish line was quite exciting. I felt the adrenaline rushing through my body and just the excitement of my team. It was the greatest feeling ever.
Now that we won today's challenge, I'm feeling very confident that we might actually go to the quarterfinals, because in last week's challenge, we also did exceptionally well.
Well done.
I was happy when we won, but I also thought about the other team because they also done well.
I'm not sad because we tried our best, but I'm also kind of disappointed.
Even though we lost today's challenge, I'm not really sad about it. I think everyone did their best.
Come on over guys. Team Limpopo, well done. You guys are the winners of today's challenge. And you, Team Indaba, I'm also proud of you for your teamwork and your high team spirit. And I hope you're proud of yourselves too. So, how are you guys feeling about today's challenge? Josh, how was it for you?
At the beginning, it was very hard and tiring, but then my team encouraged me to just keep on going.
Great, I love the encouragement. And you, Nuzar, you were busy sewing there. How was that for you?
It was a bit difficult because I had to make sure that there wasn't spaces for the bottles to come through, but I eventually finished.
Awesome. Well, you guys did a great job and congratulations again. And you, Team Indaba, I'm also proud of you for giving it your best and for having such a high team spirit. TK, how was the race for you?
Yo, we were off to a great beginning, but we had a little bit of confusion there at the end, so they overtook us, and that's...
Yeah, but you guys worked through that very well, so I am extremely proud of you. And Aneshi and Kaya, yeah, you guys were sewing there. How was that experience for you?
It was fun, but at the same time, it was really, really tiring.
Okay, well, you all look very tired, so we're going to sit somewhere and dry off, and then you'll find out the results for your elimination round. Sorry. well done for completing today's Radical Raft race, which was your second and final challenge for this elimination round. Now, Team Limpopo, you guys won today's challenge. Congratulations once again. Zachariah, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very happy that we won the challenge, and we're very eager to hear the scores from last week.
Awesome. And you, Team Indaba, it was pretty close between the two of you, hey? Anasha, how are you feeling?
I'm very sad we lost today's challenge, but hopefully we won last week's challenge too.
Okay. Now, Team Limpopo, just because you won today's challenge doesn't necessarily mean you're going straight through to the quarterfinals, because I haven't yet revealed the results of last week's challenge. Team Indaba, do you guys think you still have a chance to go through to the quarterfinals?
Yes.
Ah, I love the positive spirit. So, guys, last week you competed in a Battle of the Branches at Acro Branch in Justenburg. Are you ready to find out which team did the high flying in the shortest amount of time?
Yes!
So teams, here are your times. Team Limpopo, you completed last week's challenge in 42 minutes and 15 seconds. And you, Team Indaba, completed your challenge in 49 minutes and 58 seconds. That means congratulations, you guys are the winners of this elimination round. Well done, well done. Team Indaba, that means you guys are going home. But I want you to be super proud of yourselves because you gave both challenges your all, and you showed all of the youth in our country that they can do anything they put their minds to. So well done, and thank you, Team Indaba. Actually, I'm proud of all of you because not only were you committed to having fun, but you were also committed to learning about protecting Mother Nature. That's it for this week, guys. Do join us next week with two brand new teams that will take on extreme outdoor challenges that will keep you at the edge of your seat from beginning to end. And you guys at home, remember, when life throws you challenges, you have the choice to sink or swim. Yes.